Have you ever scrolled social media and see other agents crushing it online and suddenly you're questioning, am I even good at this? Or feel like no matter how much you do, it's still not enough. This is imposter syndrome, that voice in your head that says you're not ready, you're not experienced, you're not as good as everyone else. And if you don't learn to spot this right away, it's quietly going to hold you back. So today I want to talk about why this shows up and what to do when it does. This is such an important topic for me because I know it held me back at so many different points in my career. And that's why I want you to be able to spot it and have the tools to handle it instead of wasting endless time stuck in your own head, second guessing yourself, or holding back on the things that could actually move you forward. Now, I'm going to share something with you. Did you know that I didn't take my first listing until 2010? Now, remember, for those of you that follow me, I entered the general market in 2006. My friends, 4 years until I took my first listing. Why? Because I never felt ready enough. Now, I worked with a lot of buyers during this time, okay? But the idea of taking a listing scared me so much. I kept telling myself I didn't know enough. What if the sellers saw right through me, or I needed more experience? And what if they asked me a question that I didn't know the answer to? And it didn't stop there. Even years later, I remember talking myself out of taking luxury listings. I'd see a property above my average price point or in a community I wanted to farm, and I thought, I don't have the connections. Those agents have more experience, or I just didn't know what to say. So I would just stay right where I was. Now, looking back, this wasn't a skill set issue. It was a belief issue. Is that you? Here's what I don't want you to do. Please don't be like me, where it took me years to unwind this imposter syndrome. Now, do I struggle with it still? Of course I do. But the difference is I have the tools to overcome it more quickly. So instead of getting stuck in this indecision and self-doubt and overthinking everything, I can move forward much more quickly with clarity, confidence, and action. Now, before we talk about how to solve this and the tools that are going to help you, let's get a little bit scientific for a minute. Okay, let's put our science hats on. Because understanding what's actually happening in your brain is really important. And if you don't understand why this happens, you're going to keep thinking something is wrong with you, when really your brain is just doing its job. It's trying to keep you safe. But it can't tell the difference between real danger and emotional danger. So instead of taking action, you actually hesitate. You overthink every single message, every caption. I'm talking to you people that don't post on social media because you're worried about what to say and how to say it. Okay, wait, am I talking to myself? I think more. But you start overthinking every decision. You don't follow up because you don't want to seem pushy, or you don't know exactly what to say. So you just say, I'm not going to make the call at all. You tell yourself that you're getting ready to get ready, when really all you're doing is avoiding risk. But here's the problem with this. Every time you listen to that little voice inside your head, you reinforce it that that belief is true. And that's how you stay stuck. Not because of the lack of skill, but because of the lack of belief. This is the loop of imposter syndrome because it keeps you in doubt, avoidance, missed opportunity, and then more doubt. Now, if you're listening right now and raising your hand and saying, oh my gosh, Vanessa, you were talking directly to me, I am talking to you. But now is not the time to beat yourself up or feel shame around how you're feeling. Because look, we are all human beings and we're going to experience this at some point in our lifetime and career. Or if you're like me, experience it for a long period of time until I learned how to overcome it. And this has showed up for so many agents that I've coached over the years and so many people that I've taught in person. So you're absolutely not alone in the way you feel. But what you can do is when these thoughts start to surface, I want to give you 3 steps, 3 simple steps that you can implement like right now. Step 1 is awareness. Begin to recognize those thoughts and call them out. Step 2, okay? Like I said, so simple. Step 1, okay, be aware. All right, let's be aware, right? Step 2 is this is your reality check. Okay, this is going to be, you ready to have your mind blown? Because if you're saying, I'm not good enough, what proof do you have to back that up? Ask yourself, is this statement really true, or are you making the statement to be true? Interesting perspective, right? What if you're saying, I don't have enough experience? Ask yourself, What experience do I already have? Look, we all have experiences, okay? Maybe we haven't sold a home yet, or maybe we've only sold a few, but you still have experience. Customer service, negotiating, following through with people, a heart of service. These are all things that you bring to the table. This is all value. Focus on that instead. And step 3, I don't know if you're going to like this or not, but go take action. Just go do it, okay? Because until you start taking action, even small action, that belief gap is going to get bigger. It's never going to close. But this is how you build belief and confidence in yourself, by taking action, even small. Don't wait to feel ready. Think about that. If you wait to get ready, how long are you going to be waiting? A long time, right? Okay. So it's always progress over perfection. I want you to send that message today. Pick up the phone and make the call. Post the video on IG. Go on the appointment. Knock on the door. Because take it from me, just do it scared, right? I mean, Nike, just do it. But I want you to do it, and I want you to do it scared, because you're going to make mistakes. Yes, of course, we all make mistakes. But guess what? That's where we learn the most and have the most growth. Because at the end of the day, you're going to regret the things you didn't do way more than the things that you did. So what resonated with you today? Are you feeling this way? I just got the chills, okay? So how are you feeling today? Because I think that this message is going to get through to some of you. And I want you to know, I've been there so many times. I mean, so I'm getting ready, depending on when this episode comes out, I'm getting ready to speak at NAR in 2 weeks. And I was asked to send an audition in by a fellow agent who's actually was like 10 years my senior. She had been in the business for 30 years at the time. And she believed in me so much. She's like, Vanessa, you have so much value to give. Please submit an application. And I fought her so much. I said, why would they pick me? Hello, imposter syndrome, right? Why would they pick me? But I'm so thankful that she believed in me more than I believed in myself, because I got picked to speak 4 years ago, and I've spoken every year since. So what are you doing that you've been putting off? I want you to just take action and just go do it. Because again, I think you'll be surprised at the results that you see. Go follow me on IG, send me a DM, let me know what resonated with you today, and what are you going to take action on today that you've been putting off. I'm cheering you on. Bye for now.